Hello, welcome to the Daily Conspiracy Podcast. We don't take days off because reptilians don't take days off, even though I took a day off yesterday.
You did. You're going to turn into a fight machine, mate.
I am. Did first jiu-jitsu class yesterday. It went really well. I really enjoyed it. Looking forward to tomorrow, which is my second jiu-jitsu class. Today, as you listen to this, actually. We won't fuck about too much, though, and we'll get straight into this today. So it is currently just gone 8:30 in the UK evening time on Wednesday evening, and we had a show planned. We were either going to hit something about life on Mars, or maybe we were going to do a 9/11 episode. There was a few different things that we've been kicking around with how we could have done tonight's episode. Just opened X up and saw that at a rally in Utah, I believe. I want to say.
I'll be honest with you, Lee. When I was making a drink, I looked and I didn't even see where it was. I just saw the footage, and I genuinely I was fucking shook up and lost. I am lost for fucking words with this, mate.
Yeah. I mean, I'll say, yeah, it was it was in Utah. I'll say for the sake of a thing, because it's if someone hasn't heard somehow what's happened within the next 24 hours before this show goes out, or next 12 hours. Charlie Kirk was shot. I saw the long range video of it where at first I thought he was shot in the chest. I've incidentally, genuinely, it's one of the reasons why I'm a little bit shook here, and I don't get shook by things very often. I've just watched the close-up video of him being shot before we went live. Obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube, we're not playing that. There's enough videos of it's all X's at the minute is videos of that. I don't need to see it again. I don't think you need to.
I would recommend
you
don't watch it. I've just said the same thing to my wife. Do not watch it.
I mean, I will. I'll give the thing of like pray for the guy, but
I'm praying for his family at the minute because I don't know how you come back from that.
I don't know how you survive that. Like that's.
I genuinely will say a prayer tonight for him.
I
hope he survives that.
It'll all be down to whatever EMTs were there at that time. Like it's just. Yeah, I've no idea. I think genuinely, I think the worst here. I will honestly say now. Fuck you, if you're on the left. I've had enough of this bullshit now. I've had enough of this whole fucking throwing the word Nazi around for fucking conservatives. Like, when's the last time fucking Sam Harris had to wear a fucking bulletproof vest? Do you know what I mean? But no.
My wife just texted me. He's died.
He's died?
Yeah.
Fuck. I mean, I'm sorry. Like, where's the... And this is not me calling for it. How many fucking left-wing... Democrat fucking voters are running around having to fucking pay for security and pay for things. How many, like, considering the right wingers are supposed to be the fucking crazy gun-toting bastards. How many shots are being fired at left-wing commentators? None. And the fact is, this guy went fucking university to university and debated whoever would walk up to him, and they fucking murdered him because they couldn't beat him in an argument. That's the fucking end of it. They couldn't.
That is the end of it.
They couldn't beat him fucking talking about politics, so they fucking murdered him. And the old cunt that did it, he looks about fucking 75 years of fucking age. Some fucking old grizzly communist fucking hippie that thinks, oh, this is a fucking good idea. Fucking why?
Mate, this is.
This is such a litmus
I've said
paper
this so many
moment,
times.
Ollie.
It's going to be implode, mate. The world is imploding right now. I've never been so fucking lost for words on a show.
No.
But I saw that literally minutes before we planned to do. We were going to, like you said, we were going to do a 9/11 show. Then I saw that NASA's just found life on Mars, and I thought, there'd be no shit, Sherlock. I knew that was on the horizon.
Yeah.
But then I just scroll and see that.
And this is what happens. This is what happens when you put the rhetoric out there that Donald Trump is literally Hitler. Do you know what I mean? This is where it goes. Fucking lies and hyperboil because people are fucking championing their team. And it doesn't matter how much fucking truth is behind things. It doesn't fucking matter. Like, do you know what else don't want to hear anymore? I also don't want to hear any more bullshit about the fact that they didn't try and murder Trump as well. I'm not, the fucking conspiracy theories. I'll throw it out as a slur. Why fucking not? I don't want to hear any more of that now, because the left are the fucking party of violence, the side of violence, I should say.
Where does this end?
I don't know. If I'm honest, mate, I really don't know.
'Cause this is going to cause fucking chaos.
Well, let's fucking let's be perfectly fucking honest. It doesn't fucking it doesn't deteriorate from here. Do you know what I mean? It doesn't.
No,
everyone doesn't go, oh, whoa, we've gone too far. This has gone too far. Let's all sit down and talk to each other. No. Now it's going to be fucking open season for fucking everybody. It's open season for the fucking right. It's open season for the left. And it will boil. It's the same as I've watched some fucking disgusting videos and posts about the Ukrainian girl that was stabbed by the black dude. Be fucking whatever team you want to be, but a random fucking girl sat alone on a train that gets fucking stabbed by some guy and he walks off, regardless of fucking the fucking colours involved. If you're one of those people which is on your Twitter going, deserved. That's what you get for fucking slavery. Like,
people have families. People have a life to live.
Mm-hmm.
No one deserves to do that to another human being.
No.
I just don't get it. Like like I say, I'm shook with this, because we've also got we've got the biggest protest going to happen in the UK, in London,
mm-hmm.
this weekend. I fucking pray that is peaceful. I pray that it is. But when I've just seen that, I'm not convinced.
No, I'm not.
This is the beginning of I fucking the conspiracies about fucking 2027. I don't even know if we'll make it to 2020 fucking 6 at this rate.
I know. Like, I've just got X open here, and like, unfortunately, this from 60 minutes ago, and obviously Ashton Forbes hasn't
Why
seen
did
it.
you ever get me off fucking UFOs, mate? Jesus, I was happy.
I agree 100% with what Ashton said here on X. Is the media should be held accountable for what's happened to Charlie Kirk. They've been brainwashing a large percentage of the population into violence.
I think the media should be accountable for fucking everything that's going on in the fucking world right now.
Mm-hmm.
The media, whoever it, and I know I do say this a lot, but the fucking hand that rocks the cradle, but it fucking really is. There is a fucking elitist evilness that is behind all of this, and it is causing fucking chaos. And everybody's fucking possessed by it.
I don't know.
I do think a lot of people have common sense, like common sense not to fucking be violent to another human being.
I don't want to go down the road of saying that there's some other force or something that work when things like this happen.
There clearly is, Lee. There clearly is, because this is true evil that's happening right now in the world. True fucking evil. There is an evil fucking force.
Yeah, but you can't. But the problem with that is that what you do is you kind of exonerate the people that do it if you go down that road, and that's what I can't get on board with. If you turn around and say, "Oh, it's fucking the demons made me do it," like, is it not? It's just a. I mean, no offense here.
No, I know.
Yeah. It's naive to think that, because this started with the beginning of Donald Trump's first term, and it has been non-stop fucking propagandist media all the way through. There was a clip, I think it was on the Fight Companion this week, with Joe Rogan talking to like the people that were on, and he was talking about Trump. And he was saying, like, the fact of the matter is, regardless of where you land, there has been a media psyop around Trump. Like, he's not what he's been reported to be. Like, you can not like the guy, you can absolutely not like the guy, but to throw like fascist around like that, and we've all seen that video. We've all seen the video of the 1,000 news stations going, "This is a threat to our democracy. This is a threat to our democracy." So what happens? Like, don't get me wrong. You can do that with 99% of people, and 50% of those 99% will go, "That's bullshit." The other 15% will go, "He really is a fucking threat to our democracy." Unfortunately, the 1% that's left over of that 99% of people are already on the fucking brink. Do you know what I mean? That guy's already a lunatic, and he's been fucking wound up and wound up and wound up, and then at one day, and it's obvious as well. I bet it turns out he's like a fucking professor of one of these universities. I bet it turns out to be something fucking like that. There is no details given away, so that is pure conjecture on Lee's part.
I've just seen the guy on his knees. That's all I've seen.
Yeah,
you might want to check. So my missus says he's passed away, but I don't know if she could be watching.
I think he has, purely for the fact that Elon Musk, like moments before I said something similar, has just posted saying the left is the party of murder.
Yeah. They've got blood on the hands. And this is not me saying that.
NBC MSNBC. Here's a quote um, from the news article. The news article that MSNBC have just run. It could have been a Charlie Kirk fan shooting in celebration.
What? Who fucking gave that the get-go? Yeah, put that out.
JD Vance,
Where's the fucking humanity?
Oh, there is no. There's no humanity here.
JD Vance, you were just about to say?
Oh no, sorry, the screen refreshed.
Yeah, guys, sorry, this is not the normal show. This is pretty crazy.
Tim Burchett has just tweeted everybody at NBC needs to be fired after this.
I think fucking everybody from pretty much every single news channel needs to be fired, mate. Just scrap them all. We're the fucking news now, the people. That sounds fucking really fucking cheesy, but it's fucking true. Yeah, because we'll say how it is.
But this again, not to rehash what I've already said. You can't lie and gaslight. And I'd say a nation, but it goes beyond gaslighting a nation. Like you, it's the entire West that has been gaslit and lied to by a majority of its media. I'm not fucking naive enough to suggest that all media is. I think all media is controlled to an extent, but that all media, like everything on mainstream media, is like 100% fucking like bullshit. I don't believe that. I think most of it's bullshit. But you can't poke fucking the. You can't put the gun in the fucking lunatic's hands time and time again and go, Satan's over there, and expect the lunatic to never pick it up and go looking for Satan.
Has there been any? Do we know if there's been any threats leading up to this? I mean, I'm sure he does.
Yeah, I'm sure he gets threats all the fucking time. I'm gonna through absolutely no information. I'm gonna guess that the guy that shot him worked at that university, as like Utah University or something like that, and I think because the tide really changed with Charlie Kirk and the debates he was doing, and you could see it. Like I watched it because I've watched lots of his. I've watched lots of Stephen Crowder do it when he used to do the Change My Mind stuff. Before I knew who they were, I used to watch Milo Yiannopoulos when he was going around the universities, like way back early in like the early like 20 teens, and you could see slowly over time and then massively before the last election in the US. It started with a few hats and stuff, but mostly like angry liberals screaming at Kirk, and slowly the tide turned, and you would get some liberal like loon saying something ridiculous, and then there was like this change where they were getting booed by the crowd. And I'm gonna guess, like I say, that it's some sort of university lecturer that has been fucking in the system since he was a fucking hippie in the 60s, or like dripping in fucking communism, and the idea of like socialism being the way, and he's lost it because at some point in some of these universities they've started to lose the kids, and that's just my guess. I'm saying that's what's tipped this guy over the edge, is that he's seen the turning of the reception people like Charlie Kirk were getting.
I mean, this clearly wasn't. Well, I don't want to say clearly, but this is a guy that just had one target in mind, and that was Charlie.
Absolutely.
Is the death penalty in? Is it Utah? Is the death penalty?
Idea. I've no idea whether they do death penalties or anything like that. I just find it fucking insane that this is where we are, where political commentators and media personalities have been fucking murdered because the
You
wrong
don't like
guy
their viewpoints,
and the wrong guy won an election. Tough. I don't like the fact Keir Starmer won the election. I hate the fact that he's going to be in there till 2029. I despise the fucking big ear cunt of LBC, whose name is James O'Brien. Despise him. Do I think he should be fucking murdered because he's a twat? No.
maybe get crabs or something like that. You know.
Oh yeah, sprain his ankle. If he sprain, I'd be fine. You know, like one of those real bad ones where you're limping for months.
Break his banjo string or something. You know. I don't know if the Americans will know what a banjo string is.
No, probably not. But yeah, I've just like as we're doing this, I've just had a quick scroll through Twitter, and it's this is the the fucking, if it wasn't already on a if it wasn't already like the fucking someone's throwing a match near a box of fireworks because of that young girl that was murdered on the train. Like I've watched the I've been watching Twitter over the course of that, and the way people have been reacting to it, and the people are ready to be fucking angry. And they weren't. I don't think people had got fully angry over that, and now this has happened as well. Asmongold, who's if you don't know, he's like a US streamer. It's like
he's retiring, I think, 'cause he's to look after his dad.
Oh, is he really?
Yeah, his dad, I think his dad's really ill.
He's the only streamer I like the only
him.
one of them. I love his political commentary. I love his commentary on media and stuff like that. I think the guy's fucking great.
Common sense of humour.
Yes, he's just put a tweet out 2 minutes ago saying anyone that's surprised at what happened to Charlie Kirk hasn't been paying attention. Go anywhere on Reddit, Twitter, etc. You'll find thousands of unhinged, direct calls of violence over politics. Until it's addressed for what it is, things like this will continue to happen. And this is the apart from I'm not saying this should be fucking I'm not saying there should be two sides just fucking throwing insults at each other at all. But this is one of the problems what you have on everything apart from X, is like, at least X is fucking Wild West now. Do you know what I mean? Like, and it's, I don't like that, if I'm perfectly honest. Like, it's, I think people should be able to say what they want, but also 9 times out of 10, I probably don't want to read it. Reddit, for instantly is not a word. Reddit is something I use fairly regularly for like video game stuff. I try and stay away from the politics stuff, to be honest. But the Reddit community is so far left and so bullshitty. So let's put this into.
I'm glad I can't read.
Into context. It's not reading, mate. It's just fucking Twitter. If we're all perfectly honest, it's just a message board. So you will have open fucking dialogue about violence against right-wing commentators, people like fucking Joe Rogan or Donald Trump himself and stuff like that. It's just there. You'll get it in threads. People are there. But Ashton Forbes got fucking, he was worried at one point because of Reddit doxing him about where he lived and stuff like that. He was going to have people knock on his door. So on one side you have that, right? I got a 2-day ban the other day on Reddit. So they're calling for like genuine violence against people.
With no bans.
Right. There is an F1 commentator that I was on the official Formula One like forum, and his name is David Valsecchi. He is one of the most irritating men in the world. And someone had replied, does anybody know if David Valsecchi is being dropped from F1 TV? I replied to this comment saying, hopefully off a cliff. I was banned for 2 days for inciting violence towards somebody. So there's the disparity. Say a stupid joke, you get a 2-day ban on Reddit. Say something you actually mean about the wrong team, or in Reddit's team, the right team to say it against. Fucking doesn't matter. That's how fucking retarded we've got with this stuff. I don't want him dropped off a cliff. Just don't want him on the telly.
The thing is with this, and I just can't stop thinking about what goes through somebody's head. Do they think that guy's got a wife, he's got 2 kids, but I'm going to do it anyway?
I know.
Because this is the best thing. This is the best thing right now. This is what the world needs. What goes through that thing's head, that beast?
Oh, he got up one day, and he decided he was going to make a widow and 2 orphans. Do you know what I mean?
Mm. I wonder if this is something that's been. I'm not even going to speculate on it. I'm just not. It's not the time to do that. Do we know anything more about this guy? I suppose he's just been arrested. They're going to keep that on. They're going to keep that on under wraps for. You're probably going to find out over the weekend. Lee, going back to the young girl on the bus, I can't help thinking that there's going to be something else, because it seems like there's going to be something else. I just know it. There's going to be something else happen.
Mm.
I'm not saying that these things are connected, but it's, again, there's a taste in the air right now, and it's everywhere. And I think whatever, I'm going to sound fucking right hippie here, but I think it's fucking manifesting fucking pure evil.
I think genuinely, mate. You've
No,
got
that
to
I
stop.
do. That's
You've
my
got,
feeling.
but you've got to stop it though, because the problem is, well, you 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 might be right, but on the other hand, you might also be blaming the actions of twisted humans on magic.
I don't know, mate. I don't know.
It's just because I get it. It's a comfort blanket. It's a comfort blanket to think people can't do this, but of course people can do this. People do terrible things. Do you know what I mean? You get like there's still tribes there where cannibalism is like routinely practiced. Do we just think do we think that's the fucking devil working his magic on the tribes, or is it just a primitive tribe of people?
I don't know, mate. But it's the like I say, it's the fucking it's the anxiety that I was watching fucking The Quartering the other day,
Yeah,
and he made like a statement video. He said, "Look, a few of you have commented on, am I okay? Because I've been breathing funny. It's anxiety. Like he didn't have anxiety, but he does this every fucking day. He does this type of thing every day, talking like this." And we do it in a very comedic. I mean, he does. He's quite funny as well. But it takes a fucking toll on you. The world is fucking mental right now.
yeah. I mean, there is there's a multitude of reasons I think which have led us to this point. Um, Authorities have confirmed that Charlie Kirk's shooter have confirmed the name of Charlie Kirk's shooter as Michael Mallison, a registered Democrat in Utah. That's all the details I can find about this guy at the minute. He appears to be somewhere within the age range of 68 and 75, maybe.
Mm.
Fucking wild.
This is something that is this will always this is history now. This is massive. This is something that'll never be forgotten about. On the fucking not that it makes a difference. It's on the eve of fucking 9/11, but it's. I feel like eventually you just gonna every fucking every day there's gonna be something that to remember that is fucking barbaric.
Yeah. I mean, I was
Like I say, guys, I'm sorry, I'm just not myself tonight. I'm a bit shook up by that.
I think like I was going to say before. There's a multitude of reasons of why this has happened. It's again, I think you can almost wholly blame the misrepresentation of politics in the media. I think that's fair. I think if you had an open and honest media that could have like a grown up conversation about what's going on, about the people involved in it, without we'll take American politics obviously because of what we're talking about. You can't take somebody like Donald Trump and say that he's fucking the next like Adolf Hitler. And then simultaneously the same news organizations tell you that a president that is clearly in severe was in severe cognitive decline. So on one hand you've got them saying all this like wrong stuff about Donald Trump, and you don't have to think he's a nice guy. You don't. That's not what I'm asking you to do. I'm just saying that what they were saying was lies. And then on the other side the turnaround about him and say, "Oh, Joe Biden's as sharp as a tack. This might be the sharpest version of Joe Biden there's been." And like, meanwhile, he's fucking shitting himself as he's walking around. Like you can't have that. It doesn't work. Because what it does is it just fucking confuses society into thinking things that just aren't true. It confuses people into these like weird teams where, because the arguments are so wild and out there, that means that you're like, if you're pro-Trump, you've got to hammer it down. Go, no, he's fucking sent from God. He's going to fucking deliver us from this stuff. Because the lies about him are so wild, people dig in more. And then on the other side of it, they've got some guy which can't even remember his own fucking name and introduces himself on stage as Mrs. Joe Biden. Like, they can see.
Did he actually do that?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. My favorite fucking Bidenism, while they were saying, "Oh, he's sharp as a tack," was him walking on stage, turning his back to the audience and waving at the flag.
I liked the one where he walked into it like a jungle.
Yeah, that was pretty fucking hilarious. But like, everybody knows this is bullshit. On a certain level, you've got to know it's bullshit. On a certain level, you know Trump's not fucking Hitler. On a certain level, you know fucking Joe Biden had fucking Alzheimer's and that Kamala Harris was a fucking drunk. You know, it was there. It was like, if you just scratched under the surface, you can see it. But because these people have to play roles and they have to dig down, they have to fucking punch into the ground for what they believe in. It breeds extremism.
What do you think is going to happen with the, other political commentators, other activists?
I think they're going to have to take far more care. I think the days of the college campus debates have gone for now. I think people like Tim Pool. I would say Joe Rogan, but by the sounds of it, he's already got like quite a hefty security setup. Makes you wonder, because this is the thing, you don't hear about these things, because obviously, if you're like Joe Rogan, the last thing you want to do is turn around and say, "Oh, I've had death threats," because then you'll get more death threats, and it becomes, it's you. If you feed the ego of these people, they fucking come out of the woodwork more, because they want to feel it's them doing it. But let's be perfectly honest. There's a reason why the Joe Rogan Experience is in a fucking gated compound with fucking private fucking military guard in it. Do you know what I mean? He hasn't done that to keep his golden retriever in. So I think they're going to have to take more precautions with security.
Do you think it's going to stop any of them? Like, do you think someone was like, fuck that, I'm retiring?
Stop the commentators. I thought you meant stop the violence.
No, like literally, I don't know, fucking. I'm just gonna pull a name out of my arsehole, but Ben Shapiro or whatever, actually, I'm out. I'm gonna retire.
I don't think they'll retire. I think you might just find them existing more online. I'm surprised. I'm surprised it was Charlie Kirk, if I'm perfectly honest. Like, and this is not saying people deserve it. It's not what I'm saying. Nick Fuentes, or if that's how you pronounce his name, I think he's far more divisive, and he could like anger the fucking crazy people even more. I think people like him will have to be fucking wary.
I think anybody who's on center right, on the right, whatever, needs to be wary when you're on stage.
But I think this is the problem now. I don't think it's just, and I don't want this, but like, extremism breeds extremism, so there will be
This
somebody.
is why
on
I
the
said
right.
that I think that something else is going to happen.
there'll be somewhere on the right now loading a rifle, going, "I'm gonna fucking get me some commies." Do you know, like the?
Do you
It,
think they will, or do you think they're more in like,
no,
with a bit
because
more
it's not.
common sense?
No, because it doesn't matter how much common sense you've got. There's a lot of common sense fucking lefties. Do you know what I mean? Like the
Yeah, I was on the left.
yeah, and as well as you, there's someone with common sense. And um, I I know some. I know common sense fucking left wingers. I like, but realistically, there's a huge chunk of my political beliefs still belong in the old left.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
mate. All my fucking family are
yeah.
left
Um,
ish.
but what I'm saying about the no, this is the thing though. The we didn't move. The fucking like the spectrum moved on
Yeah,
us. But yeah, I obviously there's fucking extremists on the right as well as the left. You know, to say that is just. I mean, I'd argue it's probably just as bad. The only difference is George Soros isn't funding one of the sides.
hmm.
That's the difference. Is in fact, shout out to Ben. Ben will definitely be listening to this episode. He dropped me a message this morning because he's usually like a day behind on the podcasts, and he listened to our Monday podcast.
I can't remember. What did we talk about on Monday?
We were talking about like the flags being put up in the UK.
Oh, yeah,
It's
yeah.
quite UK politics sort of thing. And he turned around and he found it interesting when we were talking about all the flags being put up, about me saying that it felt inorganic to me, something there. And he turned around and he said, it feels a bit like the pallets of bricks, doesn't it? You know, when the pallets of bricks are
Yeah,
just
Peter,
kind of
they
left
leave
around.
the bricks out
Yeah.
purposely when the riots are
Mhm.
going to start.
But this is the thing. This is what I'm trying to say is like we saw during the Black Lives Matter riots, all this stuff there. You know, these pallets of bricks just being left there with no construction sites around them, just there. And that's like if you can chase that back out, I bet they come directly from George Soros's Amazon account. Do you know what I mean? And that's the difference. That's the difference, is because I think powerful people are using the left in a way to like shift and manipulate like discourse and just rile people up. Look, I've always said it. I've always said the bounce back, the readjustment. If you push something hard enough, readjustment is always worse, because what happens is if you push something over to here and here gets fucking sick of it, it starts here, so it pushes back to the middle and then keeps the fuck going. That's what happens when you get readdressing, like rebalancing of power. It never balances. It always pushes past. And I've been like, it's what I've never really thought the left could hang themselves together, to be perfectly honest, long enough to make it work. So I've always thought the right would swing back, but I don't know what happens here, because you don't have to fucking like Charlie Kirk. You don't have to agree with him. But it's just what I think is just a reasonably decent guy died today because of politics.
Because somebody else didn't like
Yeah.
that man's thoughts on life.
That man's thoughts on life, that man's thoughts on his country, and that man's thoughts that, you know, it's the... I mean, what was his message? He wanted the American dream to be back to where it was. He's a man of faith, big believer in the family unit, as evidence with his family. And to some people, that's fucking wrong.
I mean, when you look at how crazy this actually is right now, and you see, and you're going to see all the political commentators talk about this probably for the next fucking till fucking Christmas. I don't know.
I don't think we'll truly get a read on the temperature until the weekend.
Yeah, I wonder what's gonna what the left is gonna say about this, because I think there's gonna be excuses, just like you saw excuses with that poor girl that died on that train. I think there's gonna be excuses, and that's all they ever do is make fucking excuses up. The excuses need to fucking go. People just need to own it and say that's fucking wrong. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know, Lee. I don't know what to say anymore. I really don't. I'm just kind of lost at the minute on a podcast.
No, I'm just watching the video of the guy getting dragged away to a police car.
We'll bring it up. We can see.
Yeah,
we
can
that,
watch that.
Yeah, show me that. Show me that. Can salvage the fucking podcast. Sorry, guys. I'm not sorry. I'm fucking human, people.
There we go.
How dare you! 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 He's such a monster! What a monster! Such a monster! Monster! A monster! How dare you! Back it up! Back it up! How dare you! How dare you! You're a freaking monster! Yeah!
I don't know. He said he shot him, but I don't know, dude.
Fucking hell. He says it. He said he shot him, but I don't know.
Yeah, you don't know who said that though.
The police officer said that.
I don't know if you can tell if that was a police officer or not.
No, it could be security. I don't know.
It could no, but I mean it could have been anybody like that was saying it. But when you've got a melee of stuff going on there.
I wonder what Trump will say about this. I wonder because he's obviously he'll make a statement about this.
Absolutely. I mean, of course he will. Like Charlie Kirk was a massive part of his election campaign. Even if he wasn't like officially part of it, he was out there doing all the college debates and stuff like that. Like the he was at very least like a small percentage of the votes that Trump got. So no, he will definitely there will definitely be an address. I'm surprised. I'm surprised there hasn't already been something, to be perfectly honest.
I also we were going to talk about the fucking Jeffrey Epstein's birthday card as well that just came out last night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See, he's always the good ones, isn't it? Like the Kennedys of this world. It's never. Well, I think Kennedy was one of the good ones. He was a good guy, from what people say.
Apparently, the guy, the shooter, was screaming shoot me" as he was put into the police van.
Shoot me.
Yeah.
No, face up to what you fucking done, you fucking coward.
So hang on, I'm just look because this is developing. Police have determined that the person who was taken into custody. This hang on, just quickly. This is Fatux News. I don't know. They have 212,000 subscribers, so or followers, whatever that means. Please, sorry, hang on. Michael Lennison. I don't know who Michael Lennison is. Sorry, but they've posted this up. Police have determined that the person who was taken into custody after the shooting was not actually the shooter. According to Scott Trotter, the university spokesman, the university had earlier said a suspect was in custody, and the videos online showed an older man being detained by police officers. So I don't know if that's...
So they're saying that the older guy is not the shooter?
I think that's what they're saying. Police determined that the person who was taken into custody after the shooter was not actually the shooter, according to the spokesman. He was saying, "Shoot me." I'm wondering whether that ties in with with what that guy was saying. You know, he said he shot him. I wonder if something's if there's been a miscommunication.
I mean,
So, yeah.
if they've not got the shooter, I hope they have. Well, they say, mate. Honestly, these things. I believe these things come in fucking threes. I know I'm being very fucking superstitious tonight, but I do. I'm just waiting for the fucking next one. I hope fucking nothing happens.
There's been something else breaking here. Student shot at Evergreen High School in Colorado. An active shooter alarm has been sent out. That's right now in Colorado.
Fucking hell. So some student, a student, or some student.
It sounds like the active shooter at high school, so school shooting.
Wow. You know, I tell you,
Hang on a second, I've got something here. What's the date today?
Today.
Oh no,
is the
sorry,
10th.
no. I thought there was a statement about the shooting, but it wasn't. It's a statement about the stabbing.
Well, I hope that guy in prison. That I hope someone needs to stick a fucking picture of his family on the wall and make him so he fucking stares at that thing.
Yeah.
Saying that they probably won't even care to do something like that. He probably don't even care. He probably got no fucking empathy anyway.
No, I mean, if anything, it's probably he'll probably take it as a badge of honor.
Will's full of fucking psychopaths, mate.
I genuinely worry where this goes now. That's.
It just seems like fucking Western culture is absolutely fucked.
Well, this sorry, but we got sidetracked before. I didn't finish my point. What I was saying, like this is not like everything comes back to COVID moment, but I don't think people have fully grasped. And obviously, this also would have to include us. I'm not arrogant enough to say I'm not included in this as well.
Oh mate,
I
I'm
don't-
fucking nuts. I am nuts.
Yeah, but I don't think people have come to terms with the fact of just how traumatized, like, large portions of the world are right now, and how broke does something have to get before it's beyond repair? And I don't just mean this on a country level. I'm talking like Western society here, and I only say that as being like a member of Western society. I don't know whether this would be the same if you travel to China and spend some time in China or Japan or Russia. I don't not think that the majority of the seeds that were planted that have grown these fucking miserable, demented trees that we seem to be living under. I think the seeds were planted by social media. Maybe not even intentionally. Like, that's because we can go down those routes with, it's like fucking Facebook was a CIA thing and this, that, the other, and blah, blah, blah. Because realistically, yeah, okay, there's probably some intelligence connections with that, but we only ever talk about the social media sites that worked. Whereas realistically, there was fucking Bebo, there was MySpace, there was all sorts of social media companies at the time that sprouted up that all fell at Vine, like that type of thing. These things sprouted up and then died. So it's not like Twitter and Facebook came out and they were the social media and they became the online gods. No, they won a fucking competition to become those things. They weren't alone. I don't think we're designed for this. I don't think we're designed for this level of macro information that's given to us at all times. I don't need to know if it's raining in Nepal.
I know what you, mate. I said this the other day on the podcast. I think that it's overload for us.
Yeah.
I don't think we're like a fucking 2015 PC trying to fucking run GTA fucking 6.
Mate, I think it could be something more terrifying than that. If you leave a man or a couple of people alone in a room, let's say all you do is play static, you put headphones on them, and all they hear is static. Go back in a couple of months, go back in 3 months' time, and see what you're left with. Yeah. What if that's what we're doing to ourselves? But because we still have interaction between each other, we don't realize it. But this constant fucking attack on our sympathetic nervous system, be it a fucking ping from X, a fucking DM from Facebook, a fucking someone's liked your your fucking Instagram account of this photograph, you've got this many likes, you got this. For fucking us, we run a podcast. It's not doesn't mean we're fucking immune to it. Like, how many downloads did we get today? What's our fucking retention rate? What's how many new followers have you got? We passed 8,000, by the way. 8,030 you motherfuckers out there on Spotify, and fucking awesome. But you might be driving us crazy. But do you know what I mean? It's like, it's just constant.
Though podcasts are good for you people. They're good.
Podcasts are good for you, but because it only happens rarely now. It only happens rarely. But like, it's when you do it, and there must be so many people out there. Like, because I've had other things to do. Like, so I do, if I go swimming, for instance, or so the swimming's a really good one. Can't take your fucking phone in the swimming pool, for instance. Last night when I did my first jiu-jitsu class, I was even conscious of it without even having this conversation in mind. When I got changed in the locker room and I stuffed my gym bag in one of the little holes that are there in the gym. My phone was in it. I thought, oh fucking ace, that's staying there for an hour and a half.
Mm.
There is nothing like I messaged you because I knew I was going to struggle to get back in time, and this was going to overrun. So I messaged you, and then I didn't see your messages to me until about 10 o'clock at night when I got home, and I almost like it was in preparation for this evening. I felt a fucking weight off me, going, oh well, I don't need to worry about that. And then not only do I not have to worry about whether I'm getting any messages or anything like that, I'm going to go and do something where the exercise and focus needed to do it is so fucking intense. I'm not going to think about anything else other than what I'm doing anyway.
That's really weird, that, because this morning I went to naughty driver school for speeding. You're not allowed your phone in there.
That sounds like a terrible driving school.
Well, yeah, I don't know, it was all right. The teacher was great, but anyway, nobody's allowed to have the mobile phone in there. And I'm like, when I got out of there, I thought, yeah, I'm gonna go to the gym. I might sit back and watch. I watched the new Alien episode.
Yeah.
No mobile phone, nothing. Went to the gym, had a drive round, took my oldest to squash practice. And then just right at the end of the evening, just before this podcast, turned on X. And then, boom. I mean, the emotions hit me, but like for the entire day, I felt free.
Yeah.
Ain't that weird?
Yeah.
They want these things in our hands. They want us switched on to everything that's going on in the world.
Maybe I don't like. I'm. I don't know. Like I think there has to be a balance, and you could be completely right. You could be like, this could be a fucking another like an MK Ultra fucking like patsy that's been put in place to fucking shoot a prominent conservative politician, so they get the reaction, so there's a fucking pushback, so you create more chaos. You could be 100% right, or we are a age in decline. Look, next Monday, I think. Next Monday, next month, first of the month, next month. 2 shorts drop, and what my Mouse Utopia episode. I know I've mentioned it a multitude of times. Sorry, gotta keep mentioning it.
It does seem like what's going on right now, Lee. I have to give you that.
Really does. Like it. I've done lots of deep dives on things over the years. You know, I've got like it doesn't like whether it's Moonland and Pizzagate, all that sort of stuff. I've never come out of researching something before and gone, oh fuck, like I've come out of things going, oh fuck, that's fucking hideous or that's terrifying, but I've never come out of one going, oh fuck, that's it. That's it. That's what's going on around me right now.
And it ain't going nowhere, mate. Because these media companies, these news companies, I know. Everybody says, I don't know how they fucking survive. I'll be honest with you. I don't know. Like some of these news channels, we get more fucking downloads than them.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
So how are they still there? And this is where I come back to conspiracy, because a business only stays if it's making money. So that's they're getting the money from somewhere.
Well, the thing is, right? I think. I mean, obviously they're getting the money from like pharmaceutical advertising and stuff like that in the US.
But nobody's watching.
No, people are watching. That's the it's a common misconception that people that are into alternative media turn around and go, yeah, nobody watches mainstream media. Nah, your fucking mum does, and your gran does, and your uncles watch it. There's still a large enough, because we are an impatient species, and
So what you're saying, you've got 20 years left of it.
Kind of. Well, we're like that straddly generation, aren't we? Like, 'cause there was a generation before and after the wheel, for instance. You know, like there would have been a generation of people going, I remember when there was no wheels. We are the electronic equivalent of that, because we remember vividly a childhood before instant communication, before the internet, before this mass adoption of technology. You know, I mean, electronic technology, obviously, like a fork is technology. You know, I understand what technology is, but yeah, I mean electronic technology.
I mean, Uri Geller's forks are technology.
He was more known for a spoon, wasn't he?
Oh, yeah, he was, wasn't he? I bet he could bend a fork.
It'd be easier though, wouldn't it? Surely, less structurally intact.
I don't know. I'll ask him.
Yeah, thanks. You get straight on that.
Love to get Geller on.
I'd love to get Uri Geller on. But yeah, we are we straddle the internet, don't we? And the thing is, that's why we're so good at kind of turning ahead one way or another, whereas our parents aren't. You know, you see it on the on the like on mainstream media sometimes as well, which I find really interesting. There was there's a show in the UK called the Jeremy Vine Show, another hateful gremlin, but he had one of his hosts on that was like pro like human man-made climate change. There was another guy that was like quite skeptical of it, and sorry, not another guy. There was the one that was pro was female. The guy that was skeptical was male, and they got into a heated debate. And for me, he came across well, because he turned around. He said the problem is, he said, if someone that's skeptical of the problems of man-made climate change, we can't have an open debate with people that are pro man-made climate change, because they just get angry and shout at us. So this lady, in order to prove him wrong, got angry and shouted at him. But she was so indicative of what we're talking about here, because he said, I can't remember what the documentary is. He said, because she says all scientists agree. He said all scientists don't agree. There is a documentary that I'll send you called Climate Something. I can't remember where it was. He said it's on YouTube. You should watch it. It's got like some of the most qualified, eminent scientists in the world talking about man-made climate change and how it's not real. And regardless of the fact that he said there's a documentary on YouTube, and then after that he said, with some of the most like eminent scientists in the field like involved in this film, all she heard was YouTube. And this is the disconnect with people when it comes to like mainstream media. And she's like, oh, YouTube. And he said, yeah, well, why don't you watch it? And she said, why don't you watch Don't Look Up? That was her response. Why don't you watch Don't Look Up? And it's just wild to me that there is still groups of people out there that will judge the content on how it's delivered rather than the content.
Well, you must have had that conversation with somebody that has mentioned something in the news, and you've said, "Well, hang about. Have you seen this?" And they don't even want to acknowledge it.
Oh yeah. I've
They
had it
start
before.
to. It's almost like they start to switch off from the conversation, and
Yeah.
even
I've
wanting
had it
to
with
change
podcasts
the
before.
conversation.
I've had it with podcasts before where someone said to me, "I was listening to a podcast the other day. Oh yeah, a podcast," as if like it's the most fucking ridiculous fringe thing in the world that there could be anything like serious on a podcast. Like I don't like yeah you have like 3-4 hour sit down conversations between one and two people with some of the most brilliant minds in the fucking world. You know, I'm sorry if you're going to quote James O'Brien to me, but you know what? Like I'm gonna probably listen to Brett Weinstein instead. I but it's the tribalism thing again, though, isn't it?
Mm.
It's that the inability to deviate from the course. And the problem with not deviating from the course right now is the course appears to be leading us into the fucking middle of the ocean. Hope you enjoyed that hiccup, by the way.
I thoroughly did. Yeah, you're a very hiccupy person, aren't you?
Well, usually when I've come when I come here, I've had my son at his jiu-jitsu class, and then I have to come home, and I get round about 40 minutes to eat.
So you
And
wolf
then
it down.
Wolf it down, like then I'm here.
I'll tell you something though, mate. You know what you said then about like podcasts and some of the arguably some of the best brains in the world. I mean, we've got a podcast.
On both sides as well, but on all sides of the political aisle. That's the thing.
Nobody's ever like said that I'm one of the best brains in the world, and like we are pinky in the brain. Yeah.
That joke worked better in your head, didn't it?
Oh shit! Yeah.
Yeah.
I just thought, yeah, Pinky's. It's been a long time since I've seen that. Yeah, he's retarded, isn't he? Yeah, he is.
I'm not saying it doesn't work, Ollie. I'm not saying you're not right. I'm just saying you thought it was funnier in the beginning. It's so sometimes you can say something so on the nail it ceases to be amusing.
Right. Well, it's been a weird podcast, mate. So, the humour. I tried to force some humour out, like a.
Yeah, it does. It's a little bit of a shorter one tonight, because we didn't go in planning this one at all, and in some ways it's like
We should still do a 9/11 one, mate, because Tucker Carlson's hitting. He's got a documentary. I think it's like 5 parts or something like that. He's putting out over the upcoming week. So
amazing. Yeah, that'd be good. But no, I was just gonna say, in some respects, I feel awkward doing shows like this, because I'd hate to do and talk about something. Like, obviously, whenever we do stuff, I want people to listen. It's like, and it's not for any other reason, and it's certainly not for like ego. But if you're going to be, if you're going to put something out there, if you're going to put yourself out there and put a voice out there, then you want people to listen to it. Otherwise, what's the point? Do you know what I mean? Like, you are the electronic version of the doomsday soothsayer, like fucking with a sandwich board on the corner of the room saying that the fucking horsemen are coming. But on the other side of that, I would hate to put a podcast out, talk about something like this, just because I thought it was trending or something like that. However, it would have felt fucking awkward tonight if we'd have come on
and talked about anything,
done our usual stick, made a few jokes, and like people would have listened to the podcast the other day going, oh, they must have recorded this before it went on. And that would have been so unbelievably disingenuous to do that. So yeah, like, enjoy is the wrong fucking word. Like, I hope you've enjoyed being with us for the last hour.
You got us pretty much raw tonight.
Yeah.
I mean, we always are raw, but not that we're fucking blue.
Mm. Well, rarely when we start these podcasts do I see somebody fucking murdered, like, before we hit record. But yeah, no. Again, just a quick thing. Like, thanks to everyone that listens. Like, it really does mean a lot. We live in fucking strange times. That is clearly just going to get stranger. Like, heartfelt. Not that anybody in that circle is going to hear this podcast, but heartfelt fucking thoughts go to Charlie Kirk and his family. They have just had one of the most fucking horrendous days that you can possibly think of as a family man, like,
yeah,
or woman or child.
And you know, I don't know if his mum and dad were still alive, but a son as well.
So yeah, genuine thoughts and prayers with them. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk, and we'll be back next week. I hope you guys are good.
Hopefully next week. I'm not going to take us out, Lee. But hopefully next week.
No cock jokes.
Hopefully next week we might get something fun, like NASA's fucking found ET on Mars, because they seem to be piping up NASA right now. So yeah.
Cheers, guys. We'll see you later.
Bye bye, people.
Bye bye.